English Listening Podcast. TOEIC 700 points. Chapter 1, Business Correspondence. Email Etiquette. In today's fast-paced business environment, effective email communication is essential for success. Professional emails should begin with an appropriate greeting and end with a suitable closing. When composing business emails, it is important to keep the content concise and focused on the main point. Using a clear subject line helps recipients understand the purpose of your message before opening it. Business professionals should avoid using slang, emoticons, or informal abbreviations in their corporate communications. Additionally, proofreading emails before sending them prevents embarrassing errors that might undermine your credibility. Always respond to important messages within 24 hours, even if only to acknowledge receipt and promise a more detailed reply later. When sending emails to multiple recipients, consider carefully whether to use to, CC, or BCC fields. The to field should include primary recipients who are expected to take action or respond. Use CC, carbon copy, for those who should be informed but are not required to take action. The BCC, blind carbon copy, field allows you to include recipients without revealing their email addresses to others, which is particularly useful for protecting privacy when sending to large groups. When replying to messages, determine whether to use reply or reply all based on whether everyone in the original email needs to see your response. Unnecessary use of reply all contributes to email overload and reduced productivity in many organizations. Email signatures should contain your full name, position, company, and contact information. Some organizations have specific requirements regarding email signatures to maintain brand consistency. Consider including your professional social media profiles, but limit these to platforms with relevant business content. For international correspondence, remember that different cultures may have varying expectations about formality and response times. In some regions, starting with small talk or pleasantries is expected, while in others, direct communication is preferred. Meeting communications. Meeting notifications should be sent well in advance to allow participants to prepare adequately. These communications typically include the date, time, location, and agenda of the meeting. When distributing meeting minutes, document all key decisions and action items clearly. Assign responsibility for each task and include deadlines for completion. If you cannot attend a scheduled meeting, notify the organizer as soon as possible and provide a valid reason for your absence. Following up after important discussions ensures that everyone understands their responsibilities and helps maintain accountability within the team. For virtual meetings, include technical information such as video conferencing links, access codes, and any software requirements. Consider time zone differences when scheduling international meetings and clearly specify which time zone is being referenced in communications. Per-meeting materials should be distributed with sufficient time for review, typically at least 24 hours before the scheduled start time. These materials might include previous meeting minutes, reports for discussion, or presentations that will be delivered. When chairing meetings, developing a clear agenda with time allocations for each topic helps maintain focus and efficiency. Begin by reviewing action items from previous meetings to ensure accountability. Encourage participation from all attendees, not just the most vocal team members. Managing difficult participants requires tact and diplomatic intervention to prevent disruption. Ending meetings with a summary of decisions made and next steps reinforces key outcomes and ensures shared understanding among all participants. Business reports. Business reports require formal language and a logical structure. The executive summary at the beginning should provide a concise overview of the entire document. This allows busy executives to grasp the essential information quickly without reading the full report. Data should be presented clearly, often using visual aids such as charts and graphs to illustrate key points. When making recommendations, support them with evidence from your analysis. The conclusion of a business report typically summarizes findings and suggests practical next steps for the organization to consider implementing. Different types of business reports serve various purposes within organizations. Analytical reports evaluate options and provide recommendations for addressing specific business problems. Informational reports present facts without analysis or recommendations. Progress reports document advancements toward project goals during specified time periods. Compliance reports demonstrate adherence to regulations or internal policies. Understanding the intended purpose of your report helps determine appropriate content, structure, and level of detail. Effective business reports acknowledge limitations of the data or analysis. Transparency about potential weaknesses strengthens credibility rather than undermining it. When presenting financial information, maintain consistency in how figures are calculated and displayed throughout the document. Address potential objections or alternative interpretations of the data proactively. If certain information remains unavailable despite reasonable efforts to obtain it, clearly indicate these gaps rather than making unsupported assumptions. Finally, consider the diverse audience who may read your report, including individuals with varying levels of technical expertise, and provide appropriate context and explanations. Chapter 2: Global Business. International trade. International trade has expanded significantly in recent decades due to technological advancements and reduced barriers between countries. Companies engaging in global commerce must navigate complex regulations, including tariffs, quotas, and various trade restrictions. Understanding cultural differences is crucial when conducting business across borders, as negotiation styles and business practices vary widely around the world. Many multinational corporations establish regional headquarters in strategic locations to better serve their international markets. Free trade agreements between nations aim to reduce costs and increase efficiency by eliminating unnecessary obstacles to cross-border commerce. Supply chain management becomes increasingly complex in international operations. Disruptions in one region can have cascading effects throughout global production networks. Logistics considerations include shipping methods, customs clearance procedures, and warehousing requirements in different countries. Documentation for international shipments typically includes commercial invoices, bills of lading, packing lists, and certificates of origin. Insurance coverage for international shipments protects against damage, theft, or loss during transit across multiple jurisdictions. Export licensing requirements vary depending on product categories and destination countries. Certain items, particularly those with potential military applications or advanced technologies, may require special permits before shipping internationally. Payment terms for international transactions often differ from domestic practices, with methods such as letters of credit providing security for both exporters and importers. Currency fluctuations present both opportunities and risks for companies engaged in international trade. Many businesses use financial instruments, such as forward contracts, to hedge against unfavorable exchange rate movements. Economic trends. Economic indicators provide valuable insights into market conditions and help businesses make informed decisions. Gross domestic product, GDP, measures the total value of goods and services produced within a country during a specific period. Inflation rates affect purchasing power and influence central bank policies regarding interest rates. Unemployment statistics reveal the percentage of the workforce currently without jobs, which impacts consumer spending patterns. Stock market indices track the performance of publicly traded companies and reflect investor confidence in the economy. Understanding these economic trends allows businesses to anticipate changes and adjust their strategies accordingly. Leading indicators, such as building permits and new manufacturing orders, often signal economic changes before they become widely apparent. Lagging indicators, including corporate profits and labor cost per unit of output, confirm patterns that have already begun. Consumer confidence indexes measure public sentiment about economic conditions and can predict changes in spending behavior. Producer Price Index, PPI, tracks average changes in selling prices received by domestic producers, often foreshadowing consumer price changes. Business cycles consist of expansion, peak, contraction, and trough phases that occur repeatedly but irregularly. Recognizing the current position in the business cycle helps organizations make appropriate strategic decisions. Fiscal policy, involving government spending and taxation, aims to influence economic conditions and address specific challenges. Monetary policy, implemented by central banks through interest rate adjustments and money supply management, also significantly impacts overall economic conditions. Economic forecasting combines historical data analysis with current indicators to predict future trends, although all forecasts contain some degree of uncertainty. Sustainable business practices. Companies increasingly recognize that environmental responsibility is not only ethical, but also beneficial for their bottom line. Sustainable business practices include reducing energy consumption, minimizing waste production, and using renewable resources whenever possible. Many organizations publish annual sustainability reports detailing their efforts to operate in an environmentally responsible manner. Consumers often prefer products from companies with strong environmental records, creating a market incentive for green initiatives. Regulatory requirements regarding carbon emissions continue to become stricter in many countries, compelling businesses to adopt cleaner technologies and processes. Circular economy principles focus on eliminating waste through continual use and regeneration of materials. This approach contrasts with traditional linear, take, make, dispose models of production and consumption. Product lifecycle assessment evaluates environmental impacts from raw material extraction through manufacturing, distribution, use, and disposal. Supply chain sustainability extends environmental considerations beyond direct operations to include suppliers and distribution partners. Ethical sourcing ensures that materials and components are obtained in ways that respect human rights and environmental standards. Corporate social responsibility, CSR, encompasses environmental sustainability along with ethical labor practices, community engagement, and governance transparency. Some businesses pursue B Corporation certification, which requires meeting rigorous standards for social and environmental performance. Carbon offsetting allows companies to compensate for emissions by funding projects that reduce greenhouse gases elsewhere. Water stewardship addresses conservation, pollution prevention, and watershed protection. Biodiversity initiatives protect natural habitats and species affected by business operations or supply chains. These various approaches to sustainability can be integrated into comprehensive strategies that address multiple environmental challenges simultaneously. Chapter 3: Technology in the Workplace. Digital transformation. Digital transformation involves integrating technology into all areas of business operations to fundamentally change how companies deliver value to customers. Organizations implementing digital strategies often redesign their business models to leverage new technological capabilities. Cloud computing enables businesses to access software and storage solutions via the internet rather than maintaining expensive on-site infrastructure. Data analytics helps companies identify patterns and trends that inform strategic decision-making. Mobile technologies allow employees to work remotely while maintaining productivity and collaboration with their teams. Change management represents a significant challenge when implementing digital transformation initiatives. Resistance to new technologies often stems from concerns about job security or discomfort with unfamiliar processes. Successful transformation requires clear communication about benefits and comprehensive training programs. The role of leadership proves crucial in establishing a culture that embraces innovation and continuous improvement. Digital transformation affects all departments, not just information technology teams, requiring cross-functional collaboration and alignment of objectives. Software as a Service, SaaS, models have transformed how organizations acquire and maintain business applications. Instead of large upfront investments, subscription-based pricing provides financial flexibility and automatic updates. Enterprise Resource Planning, ERP, systems integrate various business processes into a unified platform, improving efficiency and data consistency. Customer Relationship Management, CRM, software centralizes customer information and interaction history, enabling more personalized service and effective sales approaches. Digital workflow automation eliminates manual processes, reducing errors and accelerating completion times for routine tasks. Cybersecurity concerns. As businesses become increasingly dependent on digital systems, cybersecurity has become a critical concern for organizations of all sizes. Data breaches can result in significant financial losses, damage to company reputation, and legal liabilities. Protecting sensitive information requires multiple layers of security, including strong passwords, encryption, and regular security audits. Employee training is essential, as human error remains one of the most common vulnerabilities exploited by cybercriminals. Many companies now purchase cyber insurance to mitigate financial risks associated with potential security incidents. Phishing attacks attempt to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information by impersonating legitimate organizations. These deceptive communications often create a sense of urgency or fear to prompt immediate action without careful verification. Ransomware encrypts victim data and demands payment for decryption keys, potentially causing significant operational disruption. Security protocols should include regular data backups stored separately from primary systems to facilitate recovery if ransomware attacks occur. Privacy regulations, such as the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, and California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, establish legal requirements for handling personal information. Compliance requires clear data collection policies, secure storage practices, and mechanisms for individuals to access or delete their personal data. Security assessments should be conducted regularly to identify and address vulnerabilities before they can be exploited. Incident response plans outline procedures for addressing security breaches, including containment strategies, investigation processes, and communication protocols. Third-party vendors often represent significant security risks, necessitating thorough vetting and contractual security requirements. Artificial intelligence applications. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing numerous aspects of business operations across various industries. Customer service chatbots provide immediate responses to common inquiries, improving satisfaction while reducing costs. Machine learning algorithms analyze vast amounts of data to identify patterns that humans might miss. In manufacturing, iPod quality control systems detect defects with greater accuracy than traditional methods. Financial institutions use artificial intelligence to detect fraudulent transactions and assess lending risks. As AI technologies continue to advance, their applications in business contexts will likely expand considerably in coming years. Natural language processing enables computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. This technology powers voice assistants, translation services, and sentiment analysis tools that evaluate customer feedback. Computer vision systems interpret and analyze visual information from the world, enabling applications such as facial recognition, autonomous vehicles, and automated product inspection. Predictive maintenance uses AI to analyze equipment data and predict failures before they occur, reducing downtime and maintenance costs. Ethical considerations surrounding artificial intelligence include potential bias in algorithmic decision-making, privacy concerns regarding data collection, and socioeconomic impacts of automation. Transparency in AI systems helps users understand how decisions are made and builds trust in the technology. Human oversight remains important even with advanced AI implementations, particularly for high-stakes decisions affecting individuals. Organizations must establish governance frameworks that ensure responsible development and deployment of artificial intelligence applications. Despite concerns, AI offers tremendous potential for addressing complex challenges in healthcare, environmental protection, and other critical domains. Chapter 4: Professional Development. Career Advancement Strategies. Successful professionals actively manage their careers rather than passively waiting for opportunities. Creating a 5-year career plan helps individuals set clear objectives and identify necessary steps for achievement. Networking remains one of the most effective methods for discovering new career possibilities and receiving mentorship. Professional certifications demonstrate specialized knowledge and commitment to continuous learning in your field. Performance reviews provide valuable feedback for improvement and documentation of accomplishments for promotion considerations. Developing leadership skills, even before reaching management positions, distinguishes high-potential employees from their peers. Personal branding involves consciously shaping how others perceive your professional identity. This includes online presence through platforms like LinkedIn, professional accomplishments, and reputation within your industry. Thought leadership activities such as publishing articles, speaking at conferences, or sharing expertise through social media build credibility and visibility. Job rotation programs provide exposure to different functional areas within an organization, broadening skills and organizational knowledge. Lateral moves sometimes offer better long-term career development than immediate promotions, particularly when they provide valuable experience in growing areas. Cross-functional project teams present opportunities to demonstrate capabilities to leaders outside your direct reporting line. Seeking feedback from diverse sources beyond formal performance reviews accelerates professional growth and adaptation. Reverse mentoring arrangements, where junior employees advise senior staff on areas like technology or emerging trends, benefit both participants and demonstrate openness to learning. Developing commercial awareness, understanding how your organization makes money and the broader business context, enhances decision-making and strategic contributions. Professional resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks and adapt to changing circumstances, becomes increasingly valuable in dynamic business environments. Effective communication skills. Communication competence strongly correlates with career success across virtually all professions. Active listening involves fully concentrating on speakers, understanding their messages, and responding thoughtfully. Nonverbal communication, including body language and facial expressions, often conveys more meaning than spoken words. When delivering presentations, thorough preparation and practice significantly reduce anxiety and improve effectiveness. Written communication skills remain crucial despite technological changes in workplace interactions. Adapting communication style to different audiences demonstrates emotional intelligence and increases persuasive impact. Storytelling techniques make complex information more engaging and memorable in business contexts. Effective stories include clear narrative structure, relatable characters or situations, and explicit connections to business objectives. Difficult conversations require preparation, empathy, and focus on specific behaviors rather than personal criticism. Creating psychological safety encourages open communication where team members feel comfortable expressing concerns or innovative ideas without fear of embarrassment or retribution. Cross-cultural communication competence grows increasingly important in globalized business environments. High-context cultures often communicate implicitly, relying on shared understanding and nonverbal cues, while low-context cultures prioritize explicit verbal messages. Translation services address language differences but may miss cultural nuances affecting interpretation. Virtual communication platforms offer efficiency but may reduce social presence and nonverbal feedback compared to in-person interactions. Developing awareness of potential miscommunication sources in different contexts helps professionals adapt their communication approaches appropriately. Work-life balance. Maintaining a healthy balance between professional responsibilities and personal life prevents burnout and enhances overall productivity. Setting clear boundaries between work hours and personal time becomes increasingly important as remote work arrangements become more common. Physical exercise, adequate sleep, and proper nutrition contribute significantly to cognitive performance and stress management. Taking regular vacations allows employees to recharge and return to work with renewed energy and fresh perspectives. Organizations increasingly recognize that supporting employees' well-being ultimately benefits business outcomes through reduced turnover and higher engagement levels. Time management strategies help professionals accomplish more while reducing stress. The Eisenhower matrix categorizes tasks by urgency and importance, helping prioritize effectively. Task batching improves efficiency by grouping similar activities rather than constantly switching between different types of work. Digital well-being involves managing technology use to prevent constant connectivity from eroding personal time. Notification settings, scheduled email checking, and device-free periods can all support healthier technology habits. Flexible work arrangements, including remote work options, compressed workweeks, or flexible hours, help employees accommodate personal needs while meeting professional responsibilities. Workplace wellness programs address physical and mental health through resources such as fitness facilities, stress management workshops, or counseling services. Parental leave policies and childcare support help employees balance family responsibilities with career development. Sabbatical programs offer extended breaks for personal growth, education, or rejuvenation after substantial service periods. Mindfulness practices, including meditation and conscious breathing techniques, help professionals manage stress and maintain focus amid workplace pressures. Chapter 5: Marketing and Sales. Market Research Fundamentals. Market research provides essential insights into consumer preferences, competitor strategies, and industry trends. Quantitative research methods, such as surveys and statistical analysis, generate numerical data that can be measured and compared. Qualitative approaches, including focus groups and interviews, explore underlying motivations and perceptions. Segmentation divides the total market into distinct groups with similar characteristics, allowing for more targeted marketing efforts. Companies typically analyze both primary data collected specifically for current research objectives and secondary data from existing sources. Sampling techniques significantly impact research reliability and validity. Random sampling gives each population member an equal chance of selection, reducing bias but potentially increasing costs. Stratified sampling divides populations into subgroups before sampling, ensuring representation from key segments. Convenience sampling uses readily available participants but may introduce bias affecting generalizability. Sample size calculations balance statistical power against practical constraints, such as time and budget limitations. Competitive intelligence gathering involves systematic collection and analysis of information about competitors. This includes analyzing public financial statements, monitoring pricing strategies, evaluating marketing campaigns, and assessing product features. Ethnographic research observes consumers in natural settings to understand contextual factors influencing purchasing decisions. Conjoint analysis measures how consumers value different product attributes by having them make trade-off decisions between alternative configurations. Longitudinal studies track changes over time, providing insights into evolving consumer preferences or market trends that might be missed in single-point evaluations. Digital marketing strategies. Digital marketing encompasses various online techniques for reaching potential customers and promoting products or services. Search engine optimization improves a website's visibility in unpaid search results by optimizing content and structure. Pay-per-click advertising allows businesses to display ads in search results and pay only when users click on them. Social media platforms provide opportunities to engage directly with customers and build brand communities. Email marketing campaigns deliver targeted messages directly to prospects and customers who have expressed interest in receiving communications. Mobile marketing strategies specifically address the growing number of consumers using smartphones and tablets. Content marketing focuses on creating valuable, relevant materials that attract and engage target audiences rather than directly promoting products. Effective content establishes authority, builds trust, and maintains audience attention throughout the customer journey. Influencer marketing leverages individuals with significant online followings to promote products or services to their audiences. This approach capitalizes on established credibility and relationships between influencers and their followers. Affiliate marketing programs reward partners for driving traffic or sales through commission-based arrangements. Analytics platforms measure digital marketing performance across various channels and campaigns. Key performance indicators might include conversion rates, customer acquisition costs, click-through rates, and return on advertising spend. A/B testing compares different versions of websites, emails, or advertisements to determine which performs better with target audiences. Remarketing targets previous website visitors who left without completing desired actions, showing them relevant advertisements as they browse elsewhere online. Marketing automation systems streamline repetitive tasks and deliver personalized content based on customer behaviors, preferences, and demographic information. Customer relationship management. Customer relationship management systems help businesses track interactions with current and potential customers throughout their entire relationship. Acquiring new customers typically costs significantly more than retaining existing ones, making customer loyalty a priority for sustainable business growth. Personalization based on customer data enhances satisfaction by providing relevant experiences and recommendations. Feedback mechanisms, such as surveys and review systems, provide valuable insights for improving products and services. Recovering effectively from service failures often creates stronger customer loyalty than if no problem had occurred. Customer journey mapping visualizes the complete experience from initial awareness through post-purchase interactions. This process identifies critical touchpoints where businesses can influence customer perceptions and decisions. Customer lifetime value calculations estimate the total revenue a business can reasonably expect from a single customer account throughout the business relationship. This metric helps prioritize acquisition efforts and determine appropriate customer retention investments. Churn analysis identifies patterns among customers who discontinue relationships, helping organizations address underlying issues causing attrition. Loyalty programs reward continued patronage through points, discounts, or exclusive benefits. Tiered programs offer increasingly valuable rewards as customers reach higher levels, encouraging greater engagement and spending. Voice of customer programs systematically collect and analyze customer feedback from multiple channels to identify improvement opportunities. Net Promoter Score measures customer loyalty by asking how likely respondents would be to recommend a company to others. Customer segmentation, based on purchasing behaviors and preferences, allows for more targeted retention strategies tailored to different customer groups. Proactive customer service anticipates potential issues before customers experience problems, demonstrating commitment to customer satisfaction. Chapter 6: Finance and Investment. Financial planning. Effective financial planning begins with establishing clear objectives and assessing current financial status. Creating detailed budgets helps individuals and organizations allocate resources efficiently and track progress toward goals. Emergency funds provide protection against unexpected expenses or income disruptions. Diversification across different asset classes reduces investment risk by preventing overexposure to any single economic factor. Retirement planning requires consistent contributions and appropriate investment strategies based on time horizon and risk tolerance. Regular reviews and adjustments ensure that financial plans remain aligned with changing circumstances and objectives. Investment principles. Understanding fundamental investment concepts helps individuals make informed decisions about growing their assets. Compound interest dramatically increases wealth over long time periods as earnings generate their own returns. Risk and return generally maintain a positive correlation, with higher potential rewards accompanying greater possibilities of loss. Market timing, attempting to predict short-term market movements, consistently proves difficult even for professional investors. Dollar cost averaging, investing fixed amounts at regular intervals regardless of market conditions, reduces the impact of market volatility. Index funds offer broad market exposure and typically charge lower fees than actively managed investment alternatives. Banking services. Modern banking institutions offer diverse services beyond traditional checking and savings accounts. Online banking platforms provide convenient access to financial services without visiting physical branch locations. Mobile payment systems continue gaining popularity for both personal and business transactions. Credit facilities allow qualified borrowers to finance major purchases or business operations. Foreign exchange services facilitate international transactions by converting between different currencies. Investment banking divisions assist companies with raising capital through securities offerings and advise on mergers and acquisitions. Chapter 7, Health and Wellness. Preventive healthcare. Preventive healthcare focuses on avoiding illness and detecting problems before they become serious. Regular medical checkups enable early identification of potential health concerns when treatment options are most effective. Vaccinations protect individuals from infectious diseases and contribute to community immunity. Screening tests, such as mammograms and colonoscopies, can detect cancer in early stages when survival rates are highest. Lifestyle choices, including diet, exercise, and avoiding tobacco, significantly influence long-term health outcomes. Healthcare costs generally increase with age, making preventive approaches particularly valuable for aging populations. Nutrition science. Nutritional research continues advancing our understanding of how food choices affect health and well-being. Balanced diets include appropriate proportions of proteins, carbohydrates, and healthy fats to provide necessary nutrients. Micronutrients, including vitamins and minerals, perform essential functions within the body despite being required in relatively small amounts. Food labels provide nutritional information to help consumers make informed choices about their purchases. Dietary requirements vary significantly based on factors such as age, activity level, and medical conditions. Increasing evidence suggests that gut microbiome health substantially influences overall physical and mental well-being. Fitness and exercise. Regular physical activity offers numerous benefits, including improved cardiovascular health and enhanced mood. Aerobic exercises increase heart rate and breathing, strengthening the cardiovascular system over time. Strength training builds muscle mass, increases metabolism, and improves functional capacity for daily activities. Flexibility exercises maintain joint mobility and reduce injury risk during other physical activities. Creating sustainable exercise habits typically proves more beneficial than intense but short-lived fitness programs. Wearable technology allows individuals to track various metrics related to physical activity and physiological responses. Chapter 8, Environmental Issues. Climate change. Scientific evidence overwhelmingly indicates that human activities contribute significantly to global climate change. Greenhouse gas emissions from burning fossil fuels trap heat in the atmosphere, gradually warming the planet. Rising temperatures lead to various consequences, including more frequent extreme weather events and changing precipitation patterns. Melting polar ice contributes to rising sea levels, threatening coastal communities worldwide. International agreements attempt to coordinate global efforts to reduce emissions and limit temperature increases. Adaptation strategies help communities prepare for climate impacts that cannot be avoided even with successful mitigation efforts. Conservation efforts. Conservation programs aim to protect natural resources and biodiversity for future generations. Protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife refuges, preserve habitats for numerous plant and animal species. Endangered species receive special legal protections to prevent extinction and allow population recovery. Sustainable forestry practices maintain woodland ecosystems while still providing timber products. Marine conservation initiatives address challenges including overfishing, pollution, and habitat destruction in ocean environments. Community involvement often proves essential for successful conservation outcomes, particularly in regions with limited governmental resources. Sustainable energy. Renewable energy sources continue gaining market share as technology improves and costs decrease. Solar panels convert sunlight directly into electricity without producing greenhouse gas emissions during operation. Wind turbines generate power from natural air movements and require relatively little land area compared to their energy output. Hydroelectric facilities produce electricity from flowing water, but may impact river ecosystems and surrounding landscapes. Energy efficiency improvements reduce consumption without sacrificing performance, often providing excellent financial returns on investment. Energy storage technologies, particularly advanced battery systems, address intermittency challenges associated with many renewable sources. Chapter 9, Travel and tourism. Travel planning. Effective travel planning enhances experiences while minimizing costs and complications. Advance bookings typically offer better prices for flights, accommodations, and various activities. Travel insurance provides financial protection against unexpected events such as trip cancellations or medical emergencies abroad. Weather patterns significantly influence optimal visiting times for many destinations, particularly those with distinct seasonal characteristics. Cultural events and local festivals often provide unique insights into regional traditions and community values. Creating flexible itineraries allows travelers to adjust plans based on unexpected discoveries or changing circumstances. International travel considerations. International travel requires additional preparations beyond domestic journeys. Passport and visa requirements vary considerably between countries and may change with limited notice. Currency exchange considerations include finding favorable rates and determining appropriate payment methods for different situations. Time zone differences can cause physical discomfort known as jet lag when traveling across multiple zones quickly. Cultural norms regarding appropriate behavior, dress, and communication styles differ significantly around the world. Language barriers present challenges, but also opportunities for meaningful cultural exchange and personal growth. Business travel. Business travel serves various organizational purposes despite increasing virtual communication options. Face-to-face meetings often prove more effective for negotiations, relationship building, and complex problem solving. Expense management policies typically govern reimbursable costs and required documentation for business trips. Productivity during travel requires planning, appropriate technology, and strategies for working in various environments. Frequent business travelers develop routines that maintain health and reduce stress associated with regular disruptions to normal schedules. Corporate duty of care obligations include ensuring employee safety during business trips, particularly to high-risk locations. Chapter 10: Education and Learning. Educational systems. Educational systems worldwide share common goals but employ diverse approaches and structures. Formal education typically progresses through primary, secondary, and tertiary levels with increasingly specialized content. Standardized assessments attempt to measure student achievement and compare outcomes across different schools or regions. Educational technology continues transforming learning experiences through interactive content and personalized approaches. Alternative educational models, including homeschooling and Montessori methods, provide options beyond traditional classroom settings. Educational quality significantly influences economic development by preparing workers for increasingly knowledge-based economies. Lifelong learning. Lifelong learning extends educational pursuits beyond formal schooling throughout adulthood. Professional development activities help workers maintain relevant skills in rapidly changing industries. Online courses and digital resources make continuing education more accessible than ever before. Intellectual curiosity and regular learning activities appear to benefit cognitive health, particularly in aging populations. Informal learning occurs naturally through experiences, conversations, and self-directed exploration of interesting topics. Developing effective learning strategies, such as spaced repetition and active recall, enhances retention and practical application of new knowledge. Educational psychology. Educational psychology applies psychological principles to understand and improve learning processes. Cognitive development theories describe how thinking capabilities evolve throughout childhood and adolescence. Multiple intelligence theory suggests that traditional academic measures capture only limited aspects of human capability. Growth mindset research demonstrates that believing abilities can improve through effort significantly enhances learning outcomes. Metacognition, thinking about one's own thinking processes, helps students develop more effective study strategies. Motivation substantially influences learning success, with intrinsic motivation generally producing more sustainable engagement than external rewards.